Today, we're going to talk about a huge problem that so many websites have, but most people don't even notice it. I'm talking about image alt text. It's one of those little details that's super easy to overlook, but it has a massive impact, and we're going to show you exactly how to solve it.
So let me ask you something. Think about your own website for a minute. You've probably spent tons of time and money on the perfect images, right? The perfect photos, the perfect graphics. But what if, to a huge chunk of your audience, and to Google, those images were just invisible?
Because honestly, without good alt text, that's exactly what's happening. For anyone using a screen reader, maybe because they're visually impaired, an image with no alt text is just silence, a total blank. And for search engines, they have no idea what your image is about. They can't see it, so they can't rank it, and you're missing out on a huge SEO win.
So here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with the high stakes of accessibility and SEO. Then we'll introduce a really powerful tool called Alt Audit, walk through its super simple workflow, compare its free and AI features, and finally, show you how you can get started in just a few minutes.
Okay, let's get right into the real-world consequences here, because this isn't just some small technical thing you can ignore. Bad alt text is a serious risk, but it's also a massive missed opportunity for growth.
There are really two sides to this coin. On one hand, you've got a pretty big accessibility risk. You see, web accessibility standards aren't just suggestions anymore. In a lot of places, they're the law. So there's a real legal risk there. But on the flip side, there's this huge SEO opportunity. Google Images is one of the biggest search engines in the world, and good descriptive alt text is basically your VIP pass to getting ranked there.
The main standard we're talking about is called WCAG 2.1 Level A. Now, that might sound technical, but it's basically a global rulebook for the web. And one of its most basic rules is that anything that isn't text, like an image, has to have a text alternative. This is the absolute baseline for making your site accessible to everyone.
So the big question is, how do you fix this? Especially if you've got a site with hundreds or even thousands of images. Well, that brings us to the solution we're looking at today, a WordPress plugin called Alt Audit that's designed to solve this exact problem, right inside your dashboard.
And here's the thing. It's built to tackle all the problems we just talked about. It'll automatically find and help you fix your alt text, making sure you meet those WCAG standards. And at the same time, it's a powerful SEO tool to boost your image rankings, all while saving you literally hours of boring manual work by processing your images in bulk.
The real magic of any good tool is just how simple it is to use. It needs to take a really complex problem and make the solution feel, well, easy. Let's take a look at how Alt Audit pulls this off with a super straightforward 3-step workflow. It really just boils down to this: scan, generate, and review. That's it. First, you figure out where all the problems are. Second, you use the tool to fix them. And third, you give it a final look to make sure everything's perfect. Let's break down each step.
Everything kicks off with a single click. You hit Scan All Images, and the plugin just dives right into your entire media library. And here's what's cool. It doesn't just look for missing alt text. It actually goes a step further and scores the quality of the alt text you already have.
And what you get is this amazing color-coded breakdown. Every single image gets put into one of 5 categories. Missing is obviously your top priority. Weak means, hey, you've got something there, but we can do better. It even identifies decorative images, which is so important for compliance, because those are supposed to have empty alt text. This tells you exactly where you need to focus.
Okay, so once you know what needs fixing, it's time for the fun part. You can select hundreds of images at once and choose how you want to generate their new alt text. You've got 2 choices: a totally free, template-based system, or a really advanced AI that literally looks at the image and describes what it sees.
And this is absolutely crucial. Automation is an amazing helper, but at the end of the day, you are always in control. Before a single change goes live on your site, you can review, you can tweak, you can perfect that generated text. This means the quality and the tone of voice always match your brand.
All right, let's dive a little deeper into that big choice from step 2. You've got to decide between the free rule-based method and the AI-powered one. They're both powerful, but for different reasons. Let's compare them.
Okay, so the free rule-based generator, it's fantastic. It's really clever. It uses information you already have, like the image file name or the title of the page it's on, to build solid alt text. It's totally free, and you can use it as much as you want.
The AI, on the other hand, that uses computer vision to actually look at the picture and write a unique description from scratch. This is perfect for complex photos where just using a file name won't cut it.
And for all you SEO pros watching, listen up, because this is a total game changer. The AI doesn't just describe the image, it's smart enough to weave in your focus keywords from popular SEO plugins like Yoast and RankMath. So you're turning an accessibility task into a powerful, laser-focused SEO move. It's brilliant.
All right, we've laid out the problem, we've talked about the stakes, and we've seen the solution. Now let's talk about putting this into action and look at exactly who this tool is built for.
The value here is just so clear no matter who you are. If you're a website owner, you're protecting yourself from legal risk. If you're an SEO pro, you just got a new secret weapon to climb the rankings. For content creators, think of all the tedious hours you're getting back. And if you run an e-commerce site, you're making your products way more discoverable in image search, which can be huge for sales.
So, if you're sitting there thinking that AI generation sounds pretty powerful, you're probably wondering, what's it take to give it a spin?
Well, here's the best part. Every single new user gets 25 free AI credits right out of the gate. That means you can have the AI analyze and write descriptions for 25 of your images, completely free, just for installing the plugin. It's a completely no-risk way to see just how powerful this thing is.
All you have to do is go to the official WordPress plugin directory and search for Alt Audit. You can download it, activate it, and run your first scan in the next 5 minutes. It really is that simple. So the only question left is, are you ready to stop letting your images be invisible and finally make sure every single part of your website gets seen?